Hey guys, Paul here from PABrewNews over in Hallsboro, Washington, getting completely destroyed. Well, kinda. But I'll tell you what, I think you can already see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oregon, gotta do it. Now we're in Washington, drinking an Oregon beer. Hair of the Dog, Doggie Claws, barley wine style ale from 2015. Obviously they didn't release this year's yet. So, got a little bit of age on it, a couple months. It is, well, it's the early part of November, so at least a full year. I'm just excited because I've always heard about this, never had it. No way in hell that I was ever going to find it in Pennsylvania, as far as I know. A little hiss. And I will tell you more about the beer in just a minute. Taku Murray would be very proud of me. Probably not, but you never know. He's got a secret relationship with me, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Okay, no carbonation. Did you see that? Can you see the no head? They're soft. I don't know if that's just from pouring the beer. There seems to be soft things trying to rise from the grips of oppression and form what we know as a ring of head. That is the strangest pour I've ever seen. Yes, so that's going on right now. But it is, I want to let you know, 11% alcohol by volume. Let's just pop him right about there. So that's good. And as far as I know, Allen, which makes Allen in the Wood. I mean, they make beers. Man, there's other breweries that make beers dedicated to Allen from Doggie, or Doggie, Hair of the Dog. I said I've been drinking a lot, but anyway, I'm just saying. I heard he's a hell of a guy. I missed the chance of meeting him in August, but the guys that were here did, and he treated them to a very good time. So cheers to you guys, and cheers to Allen. Here we go. Doggie Claws, barley wine, 2015. That's an odd aroma. I never cut my hand over it because I always smell my hand. You know, when you don't bathe, hands smell weird. You know what I mean? It's weird. It smells like kind of cinnamon and raisins and caramel. But there's this bright kind of peppery note that I'm getting. And it's off. And it's not off, but it's odd. I'm just not used to that with barley wines. So let's get a taste and see what Doggie Claws 2015 has to offer. I have no inkling, even though this is a holiday beer, that there's spices in this. Yeah, you get this brightness to it that I seem to enjoy. But it's different. Cheers. Wow. 11%. Scary. Medium body. I could tell it was more of the high side of a medium body before, but I think it's tapering down to what we call a medium body, even though there is some clinging flavors. Toffee, nougat, those kind of flavors. Caramel. But it's a really charry caramel. It's a really, burnt caramel, like you say, burnt sugars, that kind of caramel. Baker's chocolate. Definitely some Baker's chocolate, actually. Action mixing in with that caramel. That drying Baker's chocolate. There's a nice, subtle earthiness to this beer. Musty earthiness from the hops. Not really from the aging, but there's something in this. Like a clove. There's like a clove musty earthiness and this earthy hop. It's kind of coming together, so I get this really weird hint of almost a clove note, mixing it with the caramel, the toffee, a little bit of a pumpernickel, kind of soft pumpernickel bread, like brown bread, pumpernickel bread, kind of a note. It's a really... Hair of the Dog beers are just different. The one I've only had 3. I've had Otto, Fred, and Adam, and they're just different. Yeah, it's one of those dark barley wines, not bright caramels and butterscotch and all these crazy like orange marmalade, the whole deal. All these. This is dark, celery, evil kind of beers. I mean, it's one of those. It's unsweetened baker's chocolate, really charred sugar, burnt sugar, caramel, dark, even a hint of brown sugar in there, just taking it down another notch with that molasses. You get that mustiness, clove, earthy hop that just keeps kind of playing away on the palate, hitting down some of those sweet tones. It's just different. And this is a guy just trying to figure out the hell he's tasting, because this is a different beer for me. For a barley wine that's not aged, this is only 1 year. That's not much for a barley wine to get this complex. That needs to be said. This barley wine is drinking like an aged barley wine already. With as I say, aged, several years aged, not just a year. That's important. I had recently the 2009, recently, Saint Ambroise, or Ambroise, or whatever, from Canada. Their 2009 barley wine, or vintage ale, I'll say, that had nothing compared to the aged taste that this does. So, I mean, that has something to be said. Something that's 7 years old, and this is only 1. Big difference. That was 9.3, and you get this ethanol waft. This is 11, and you get prunes, little prune. Now there's more air. Actually, the thing is, when you want to really sip a beer, just saying, only fill it up about that way. Leave room for all this air. Swirl around, get in your nose. Now I'm getting prune. Prune's coming out of this. And again, prune from a fresh barley wine. Just adding to that dark, musty flavor. Pretty interesting. Anyway, I'm not trying to fucking jerk anybody's cock off. Which, you know, it's not Tuesday. I save those for Tuesdays. But barley wine style ale, bottle condition, years 2015, 12 fluid ounces, and 11% alcohol by volume. Hair of the Dog Brewing Company produces bottle conditioned beers which improve with age. We are dedicated to providing the beer lover with new and unusual beer styles. To learn more, Hair of the Dog Brewing Company, our beers styles, please visit hairofthedog.com. And Doggie Claws is made with organic Pilsner British crystal malts. I use Simcoe Amarillo. I don't get a lot of that blood orange Amarillo, orange marmalade goodness out of this that I would with some beers, but that earthiness from like the Simcoe and stuff, and maybe that aged Amarillo is just something else. Okay, with dark wildflower honey, and that could definitely kind of go with some of that crazy caramelized sugar note that I'm getting out of that. It is pretty crazy. The beer is ready to drink now, but will improve with age. Happy holidays from the crews at Hair of the Dog. Alan Sprintz Brewmaster. So, that's all the information from this beer right there. Boom, boom, boom. All I can tell you is there is a lot going on in this beer that will improve with age. And the funny thing is, this beer won't dampen and mature with age. It'll brighten up with age because it's already damn dark. That dark honey definitely played a lot of floral characters. Those cloves, those different notes like that, they're coming from that honey. Obviously, huge amounts of caramel and stuff from those crystal malts. And that earthiness from the Simcoe is definitely noticed right now. So it's all playing up right now. It's playing together. It's pretty interesting. The fact that I'm getting these really pruny notes already from the nose, this thing is going to give you a ride if you get 5 years on it. So it's just damn interesting. It's damn fun. That's the best thing about beer reviews. Fun. You just get into a beer, you have no idea, crack it open, you're half fucking lit. You see that one? And then you have a great time talking about the beer. It's all an experience. Good beer is an experience. It's an adventure. You should share it with others. You should grow. You should be beautiful people. And keep drinking. And that's what I'm going to do. This is a crazy beer. Not going to lie. Not going to rate it too high because it's a crazy fucking beer. It's going to get an 8.5 on my scale. As far as barley wines go, aged or not aged, this is not my favorite. However, for a crazy, weird-ass beer that you get to drink now and again, this is tops. It's like, oh my god, hair of the dog, let's see what the fuck they're going to do to my face now. It's crazy. Just really dark and intense and just earthy and just crazy. But, overall, beer-wise, 8.5. 8.5 right now for Doggie Claws 2015. If you get some, I recommend, who the fuck am I, but I recommend age it. Give it the standard old barley wine try. The old barley wine try is 5 years and see what happens. Here we go. Buy a couple. One each year. Let me know what you think. This has been Paul from PABrewNews. I gotta go.